Good evening, everyone. It's so nice to be back here in Life Coach Corner. So, welcome to each and every one of you here in our Harmonizing Life series here in Life Coach Corner. Discover the secrets to a harmonious life where health, relationships, and wealth work in perfect synergy. Get ready to accelerate your coaching journey. So, to all the coaches in the house, and transform your practice into a thriving success. So, what do you expect in Life Coach Corner? Number one, practical guidance on essential coaching skills and strategies. Second, insight into mastering the social interaction and unlocking your true potential. And number three, a deep dive into the multifaceted world of life coaching. So tag your fellow coaches in the house, invite a coaching enthusiast, and embark on a journey of profound personal and professional growth. So, Life Coach Corner is a groundbreaking initiative. It's a groundbreaking initiative by Life Coach Philippines and is dedicated to fueling the growth of coaching professionals and enthusiasts. So, our commitment is to empower the coaching community, no, coaching community with essential resources and strategies, transforming coaching into a thriving profession. So each of the live episodes offers a glimpse into the transformative power of coaching, propelling individuals towards a profound personal and professional growth. So for more learning videos, subscribe to Life Coach Philippines International YouTube channel, youtube.com/ at lifecoachph international, or visit our website at www.lifecoachphilippines.com for more coaching classes and services to fit your needs. So we're streaming live ngayon. Hello, Coach Lynn. Thank you so much for hopping in. We're streaming through Facebook pages of Life Coach Philippines International, Life Coach Oman, and we are also into Life Coach Philippines International YouTube channel. We have also Calabar Zone and definitely Eastern Visayas. So Life Coach, if you're new to to Life Coach Philippines International, or if you're watching through a shared link, please take a moment to like and follow Life Coach Philippines International so that in this way we can stay connected for future learning. So if you're interested also in embarking into a profession of life coaching, Master Coach 8 Professional Training and Development Services offers Co-Actively Co-Create Life Coach Certification Program, complete with international CPD accreditation and 40 credit units. So the CACC course encompasses a 21-day web-based learning, a 2-day live coaching bootcamp, and definitely many done-for-you coaching programs and numerous bonuses, enabling you to launch your career in the second fastest growing industry in the world today. Okay, so thank you so much, Coach Lynn, for hopping in with me and for tagging along your friends. So magandang gabi ulit sa inyong lahat. So I hope people will come in, especially if you know of any parents, because I'm going to be having a conversation tonight on parenting and family coaching. So if you knew of any parents, tag them along, let them come in because you're going to be having a beautiful learning tonight. If you're ready also to take a leap, so I invited you earlier to do the certification to becoming a professional life coach. If you're ready to take the leap, connect now with Coach Rizal at 0917-586-1661 to join the next CACC Life Coach Certification class this coming August 18, if I'm not mistaken, 18 and 24, no? And Master Coach A is a duly accredited CPD provider. So you are assured of quality, no? So if this is the first time you're seeing me and you're not familiar with me, I am Life Coach Marife Garfin. I'm a professional certified co-actively co-create life coach, also a certified mental health coach. I'm a master builder apprentice to Master Coach A. I'm also a trained public speaker, a published author, and a digital asset investor, no, for parentingfeature.com, and definitely all our digital assets in Rise Up Creative. So I'm a member of Rise Up Creative Blue Chip no? So nandun po kami ngayon sa digital real estate, no? So my background, I'm a registered nurse, 22 years of hospital work experience, but I've transitioned myself to becoming a coaching entrepreneur. So currently, I do full-time life coaching, one-on-one group coaching. I also do public speaking, micro coaching, and all those things. So I'm also the founder and the creator of my nth attempt to parenthood. This is a coaching community that seeks to empower every parent to take a stand in mental health for themselves and their children. And that's the very reason why in each of my live talk, I would always talk about mental health. I believe mental health begins at home. It can end at home. I'm a very passionate mental health advocate, and I really help individuals overcome their mental health challenges and with the parents through mindful parenting as well. So today, as I've said, I'm going to be having a conversation on uh, parenting and family coaching. And this is one thing that I believe each and every parent needs to learn. No, as I've said, mental health begins at home. No, growing up, it was not an easy childhood. No, I think I was about in grade 2 or grade 3 when my parents started having really this big fights. No, and I don't actually at the time I don't really know. Well, up until now, I have a glimpse, I have an idea of how come they were having some struggle, but it was more of the infidelity issues of my dad. But you know what? As I move through the study of trauma, as I move through the study of the different dynamics of human behavior and even the mindset of people, I realized that there were so many things that needed really to be learned before you become a parent. No, and at the time it was really a very bad. It was a mixture of having a good childhood, but many of it became really very traumatic for me, especially when my parents separated. There was no amicable settlement. It just came like, during that time, when people separate, people are in anger, people don't want to speak to each other, people wanted to forget one another, like couple wanted to forget one another, and they don't want to do anything with the other person. Isn't it right? When you're very emotional, you don't want to really talk about you don't want to speak and talk and see the person, no? So that was the case with my parents. I saw, and so things just like they say, things healed overnight. Well, time heals all wounds, but I posted the other day that it's not time, it's the awareness of reality that allows you to move forward, the awareness of reality. And because reality um was actually offered to me in a younger days. So I grew up with some trauma, which I realized later in my life that affected the way I was parenting. So it was not an easy experience. In fact, when I was in elementary days, and basically during my high school time, during my adolescence phase, I was so rebellious and I hate restriction. And if you and I can just remember, and I can relate with the conversation, with the sharing of Coach Candy earlier in think talk broadcast on restrictions. We hate restriction when you are in a rebellious phase and you're hurting, and you just wanted to hate, and you just want to get out of the space and do whatever you want, no? And that can happen whenever a child is in a space of not, of a situation wherein things are not well planned and not well explained. And that's the reason why I'm coming in right now, having this conversation to all the parents, no, and all those coaches who wanted to go into parenting and family life coaching. And there is a need, no, as stress is rising, people come into a space of being triggered in so many things, in triggered in past experiences, especially if it has not healed, no, it was just simply forgotten. As I've said earlier, when my mom and dad separated, there was no amicable talk, there was no plan, there was nothing, like the children were left hanging. And so it come to a space where we need to grasp in our brain what has happened and to move forward. And this is not a pretty, it's not a pretty experience, because as a child you don't know how to move forward, you need your parents to guide you. But then at that time, it was a taboo. Nobody's talk about separation. It has to be kept because it's shameful to really separate and to have this uh, family dynamics that, magkahiwalay. No, it's not being talked up, and so people would say they heal, but they haven't healed. They just grope around in the dark trying to survive. No? So ito po yung nangyayari. So thank you so much, Coach Nords and Coach Master Coach Jasmine. We have also Coach Darbel. Thank you so much for having me. And I hope that you uh, come in there, no, really, uh, really, there's a call coming, and I have to really. So what's gonna happen is that what's gonna happen is that things will be really very bleak and very dark, with people. So it's not going to be good for the children. And it's going to be a cycle if it's not going to be dealt with. If it's not, so it's not going to be good. It's not going to be a good experience for the children. So thank you so much, Coach Rinaldo. Medyo na-distract ako doon sa call. No? But thank you so much for hopping in, no, with me in here. So what I'm trying to say is there is a need with the with the upcoming final stages of divorce law in the Philippines. Plus, definitely there are already separations of legal separations here in the Philippines. In spite of that, we are not trained, especially for the Filipinos. We are not into the space of really being able to talk it all. No, couples will be hurting, and so they forget each other. They move on with their lives, with their children, in the middle. So it's important to really come into learning that there is such a thing for help. No, help is available already through parenting and family life coaching. So, once again, welcome to episode 23. And in this episode, um, I'll be sharing how parents can come up with being able to still be in there with the children, and how you, if you're a coach right now, if you're a professional life coach, how you can venture into this niche of parenting and family life coaching. Basically, when you talk about parenting and family life coaching, it doesn't prescribe a solution to the client, but it inspires, no, it inspires them to find a solutions that fits with their family. So parenting and building a family is not easy. It is stressful. And if parents does not know how to manage stress, again, as I mentioned earlier, they're not confident with their role. It can cause relationship breakdown between parents and a lot of traumatic experiences for the children. No? So how many of you are a product of broken family, and how many of you can can relate with me that when your parents separate, you're left in the hanging, nobody explained, nobody like help you to move towards the transition. It's not easy. But then again, it's because before it was a taboo even to talk about it, and it's shameful to be part of a broken family. People keep a mom, keep people didn't speak about it. But because of that, now there's an increasing number of mental health challenges, and children who are a product of broken families are predisposed. They have the susceptibility because it's a very traumatic experience. That's why it's important that, hello, Coach Kate, thanks so much for hopping in. So it's important that parents becomes aware, and a life coach should understand that this kind of niche is a need. No? There is no one size fit all parenting, and as children grow, it's also another challenge. It's a challenge for couples to separate, but it doesn't mean that couples who are together does not have also any struggles, because transition is part of life. Getting married, having children is also part of normal of transition. It's a normal human development. And along with it is the need, no? Even if you're not separated, as I've told my story earlier, no, even merely as a couple going through the different transition of a married life and becoming parents is already stressful. So parents also needs to learn to be guided flexibility, or else their overall health will suffer because the changing season of childhood will demand changing responsibility. So if you're a parent right now, you wanted to become better parent, you want to be able to come also, even if you are separated or divorced perhaps, this conversation is still for you. And if you're not separated, your marriage doing well, but you have small children, this conversation is still for you, because parenting and family coaching work in these two dynamics. Okay, now having a parenting and a family coach will help you navigate yourself in the different season. Let's go first into the season, or the different season of childhood, that every parent needs to be able to really understand what's happening, and where, if they're having difficulty, a parenting and family life coach is needed, or will be much of help. Number one, during the discipline years, Coach Darvel, I think you need to have this. Now, this is something, and those, Coach Sheila, I hope she comes in. Discipline years is 0 to 5 years old. The child's primary need is control. Here, children needs to understand boundaries and consequences, and the parent's primary responsibility is consistency. So there should be consistent, loving discipline, because the child is still, with the immature brain, definitely 0 to 5, the brain is not yet fully developed. The child would be very emotional. There would be a lot of exploration, and so the child needs to learn the control. For we talked about restriction earlier, for her own safekeeping. No. The second is the training years. This is 5 to 12 years old. Child primary needs is gaining understanding, to understand the why behind the what of your family's values and expectation. The primary responsibility of the parents here is shaping the child's worldview, the way the child would see things, the child would react to the realities of the world. And this is through training, teaching, question and answer, applying faith, and true to life situation. This is the need now of the child. On the coaching years, this is 12 to 18 years old, the primary need of the child is loving guidance, to be guided from the sidelines, to know the place of how to live out their faith. This is a season of less correction and discipline, and more connection and depth in relationship. This season is guiding your child through many conversations. Parents' primary responsibility is practice. Practice the nudging. This is the period, because this is the period of nudging them to test and refine their training, making sure that they are ready to fly on their own in the future. There is a need now here for quality friendship, and this is where it can best evolve. 12 to 18 years old. Again, the child is in the adolescent phase. The fourth is the friendship years. Adult years, the child's primary need is space, to be allowed to experience their independence by making their own decisions with hands-off approach from mom and dad. They are no longer responsible for you. Ibig pong sabihin, when they are in the friendship years, adult years, they can just inform you what's happening in their life, and they will no longer ask for your permission. They may consult you, and they may ask you. But all of these things, you know what? This different development will never stop your becoming a parent. And all this development would challenge you in your patience, which I had shared last time in Think Talk broadcast. It would challenge you in your wisdom, in your decision making, and it will challenge your know-how in parenting. No? Parents' primary responsibility, again, in the friendship years, is to support. No? You have helped them develop character and responsibility and the biblical worldview. Now is the time to watch them soar on their own. So that's on the friendship years. And so, but in spite of all these things, of these challenges in development, not a lot of parents will have the know-how. And because everyone, 100%, each person has a certain degree of trauma globally, yan po yung research, no? There will be times that we will miss. There will be times that in these different stages, we will have difficulty. How much more if you and your spouse are having some marital struggles? And so it's gonna be not easy for you to parent at the same time, handle your emotion, be in a space where you and your spouse are not having the best in your marriage. So, not understanding the season of development much more will also not help you to nurture appropriately. You having the pain or you not having the know-how and the knowledge will really bring you to a space that you might just simply say bahala na yung mga bata, and you can, you if you're in pain, you can wallow in your own self, in your self-pity. You will have self-pity, you will wallow in your pain. And some of the parents neglected their children during the time when they're having some marital struggles. And for those who have been married at a young age, they wouldn't know how to go about this, because even the older generation did not have such know-how. It's just now that research is coming up, and this is where parenting and family life coaching is much needed. Sabi ni Coach Darbel, not a lot of parents know-how being a parent. Yes, it's not being taught, and there's no parenting school. So when you do not know this development, what can happen is you may refuse to listen, ignore also. Your children may develop. If you don't know the know-how of the different needs of the different development, you may find that your child will refuse to listen to you, will ignore direction. They will refuse to help or participate. They will have tantrums and meltdown. They will have bedtime battles. No, it's difficult to put them to sleep, refusing to do schoolwork or going to school, arguing or negotiating constantly. Disrespectful language may come, or actions, lack of independent skill. They will always be asking for you, and aggressive behavior can happen, and behavior stemming from neurodiversity, anxiety, or trauma can happen. And so in parenting, there is a need, especially now in the 21st century, where we're moving into the digital space. There is so much need for the parents to know. And there is a need for parents to have a partner coach to help them move through life and move through parenting. Primarily, coaching is all about supporting people. It's all about helping them to get the results that they want. If you are a parent, past the challenges of parenting, you can do. No, kung ikaw ngayon ay malalaki na yung mga anak mo, much like me, you can also do this profession. Now, parenting and family life coaching provides, what do they do? Number one, provides individual coaching, allowing parents to focus on individuals' challenges, especially if they need support in managing their emotion. Isn't it right that there will be times when you will be triggered, your emotion will be triggered by the way your children will react, or your emotion may be triggered when you're not having a good relationship with your husband, and you need to be able to manage it so that you can nurture well your children. So here, a parenting and a family life coach will come to help you. Second, a family life coach can have joint coaching session with you, involving the parents, ideal for shared concerns, improving communication. Because isn't it right that we are not also trained into communication? Many people, many husband and wife came into the marriage thinking that you complete me, or say, or whoever is much how do you call it? Whoever is much stronger in personality would assert that you have to follow my decision. But there is a need for unified, especially for those na naghiwalay, unified co-parenting plan that will help in promoting effective teamwork in raising children. So even if you're not in good terms with your husband, you have to come to a space to understanding that for the sake of your children, you have to become a team with him or with her in raising your child. That's where, no, this is where facilitation of a family, of a parent and a family life coach. Building a team is also a need. No? And because the parents have to come into a space as to also to consider with their children what they needed to do, that even if in spite of if they have not in agreement of many things, they are still a team for the sake of the child. Then one of the things that a parenting and family life coach can do is to assist parents in creating environment that prioritizes the well-being of children by offering practical guidance, emotional support, and communication. And this is actually the beauty of having a parent and family life coach. When I look back into our story, things made, trauma and pain could have been a little less. It could not have marked so much. It could have made the relationship, very positive in spite of the differences, in spite of the separation, if there was coaching and if help was available. Another thing, no, that a parent and a family life coach can do is communication and conflict resolution. Because if you resolve things on your own and not of you, and you're not yet mindful, you're still hurting, you're still in pain, emotions are still high, it's difficult to communicate and much more resolve conflict. A challenge is usually communication breakdown. Misunderstanding, disagreement, and unresolved conflict can create a hostile environment for the children and even for you and your spouse. So the parent, no, and family life coach help develops communication strategies that will suit you, no, and teaching you how to create and how to express your needs and concerns respectfully, no. You're being helped to come into a space in spite of the separation, in spite that you're not in agreement, magulo yung marriage, you come into a space of still being vulnerable and authentic because you have a common goal, and that is to create a safe space for your child, which is wala naman po silang kinalaman doon sa inyong mga problema. Now, another thing that a parent and family life coach can do is creating a child-centered parenting plan. When I was reading into this one, I was just saying, this is such a beautiful time in spite that the stresses are high, because help is already available. Because I could remember that my mom would keep on crying, wasn't able to do the nurturing that she needed to do with us when my father left, because she also doesn't know what to do. But the brain and the mind was centered on growing old with my father. The brain and the mind was centered in having a whole family. Shame was in because during the time in the early 80s, separation or having a broken family was a great taboo. And so there was no creating a child-centered parenting plan. Like everybody has to survive. You do your thing. And what happened with the child? If you're an adult, you can work it out. But for a child, where does this leave the child? And so if you are one parent struggling right now, help is now available. And you can, how do you call it, lessen the impact of pain and trauma. There will always be, because it's not normal. No, it's not a day to day. It's not, people don't get used to it because we're relational being. But there is already help. And if you're a coach right now, your heart may be beating to preserve a family, to help a family, then this niche, parenting and family life coaching, it may be for you. You can explore this. And then definitely a parent and a family life coach, if you're a parent ready to make things better, this is where the parenting and family life coaching will come into place, because no one can help you unless you're ready, isn't it right? So according to Coach Nord's, most challenge is communication breakdown. Yes, because when people are no longer having conversation, they will not be able to really settle anything, right? And creating a space, according to Coach Darbell, for your child is very important. It is, because at the end, your child is the unwilling victim. She or he doesn't know anything why things are happening. And if your child, with all the chaos in the family, if you will ask your child may choose to be born. He has the right to choose. I was telling, I was having that thought in my mind. I wish I could have chosen my parents during the time when I was small and I was in pain. I don't want to go home. I don't want to really, because home reminds me of chaos, because there was no communication and there was no plan. Like, everybody seems to be expected to know what to do. And so now, with parenting and family life coaching, we have help. So if you are one parent listening to me right now, you're in the middle of some chaos between you and your husband, or if you're already separated, and if you are a parent right now and you want to solidify, you want to ensure that your children will grow really, in their design, really grow happy and successful, this parenting and family life coaching is something you can implore or you can use. You don't need to wait for separation. You do not wait for it, no? But you come into a space of having someone walk with you, especially if you're not confident in parenting, someone to walk with you, so that from the very start you can be guided. Parenting and family coaching, life coaching, is a powerful way to make things better. I met life coaching in 2019 already, when I've done all the many failures and mistakes. But still, I wanted to make it better. So if you're a parent like me and you're now listening to me right now, and you have resolved in your heart that I want to make things better, in spite of my children are big, in spite of what has happened, I want things to make better. You can connect. No? You can connect with any of the coaches in the screen. You can connect with me so that we can move forward, because help is actually available. Awareness, no, is key for a better parenting. So you can connect with any of the coaches, 0917-586-1661, or you can connect through me through 0975-995-2382. Whatever may happen, again, the purpose of parenting and family life coaching is to ensure that each member of the family will be able to move forward towards the goal of creating a safe space for the children, of creating a better communication amongst the family, so that things can be better and mental health can be protected, and the child's total development will really come into a continuous process and not be disrupted by any trauma or emotional breakdown, because no one has helped them to transition into the different development and even into the different challenges of life. So there is help available right now. So if you're one person, your heart is beating for parenting, your heart is beating for the family, to preserve the family, then you are free to explore parenting and family life coaching. Whatever has happened in the past for you, and whatever situation you are in right now, it is never too late. There is never too late. But one thing that you need to remember, you have to not look back in anger, but and fear. No, never look back in anger and in fear, nor move forward in anger and in fear. but be bound in awareness. Be bound always in awareness. And parenting and family life coaching can help you with that. Again, help is available, and your children are valuable. Whatever may happen, they're the most precious gift given to you. And so, as a parent, it is your responsibility and your calling to stand up, become a better version of yourself, seek help, for help is readily available. So, thank you so much for joining me tonight. We invite you to join us in person to our many face-to-face community events, especially our Midnight Coffee and every Tuesdays in Decaf Coffee Republic, up all night, a safe space for you. To all the parents in the house, to all the children, it's a safe space for you. Kapihan Night is a very beautiful conversation with Master Coach A, where you learn a lot, no? So that you can move through life armed with awareness and so much learning. We invite you also on Friday, early morning for prayer time. It's Cabin Life at the Campfire. And you know what? In this time of parenting, faith is a powerful tool to move forward in life with hope in spite of difficulties and challenges. Let me invite you also to our open mic Saturday. It's Fab Saturday. It's hosted by Coach Orville, so it's a night of self-expression. And expression is a must if you want to be able to keep your mental health on a high level. So for coaching classes and services, send us a private message or send an email to connect@mastercoacha.com. When sharing your insight from tonight's learning, hashtag pack my bag moment. Tag our page so we can engage with your social media account. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Looking forward to see you all again tomorrow. Good evening, everyone. Love, bomb, boom. God bless.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag and drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag and drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.